Happy Saturday, everybody, and welcome to another exciting video here at the Manly Battleships YouTube channel. I'm Mr. Panda.
And I'm Roxstar.
And today we're going to talk about cancer! If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, you might be entitled to financial compensation. Unfortunately, the fund has dried up, so all we have today is Reed's Ginger Ale, which we will be drinking as we discuss the most excellent piece of cinema, Steven Universe, the movie. They didn't even bother with a subtitle. You lied to me. This is not a twist off.
Totally a twist off. Reed's Ginger Ale.
I feel like I've had this before.
Oh, that is...
Interesting.
No.
Not a fan?
Oh, that is all of the no. All of the no. It's like...
Oh, that's why.
Oh, it does
Now
have
it's
pineapple juice and honey in it.
Yeah.
That's what that taste is.
Yeah, it's the pineapple. That acidic under the regular ginger taste.
No, it's the honey taste that's throwing me off because it tastes like rotten Malta. Malta's a Puerto Rican drink, so I'm sure my fellow Puerto Ricans out there will know what I'm talking about. It is an awful...
It does remind me a little bit of Malta. Yeah.
Yeah, but Malta actually tastes good. This doesn't taste that good.
I mean, I wouldn't drink it on repeat. I think it's okay.
That honey is strong.
Yeah, I feel like if you're over the honey part, it would be fine. I think that it's because of our relative unfamiliarity of honey in bottled beverages.
Are you kidding me? This feels like somebody shoved a spoonful of honey in my mouth. There are better things out there for you.
Huh. So Steven Universe, the movie.
Steven Universe, the movie. I know you had a lot of complaints.
I didn't have a lot of complaints. The overarching thing... By the way, there's no spoiler warning at this point. You've either seen it or you haven't, and we're not going to just soft pedal this discussion because you were too lazy to watch it. Go watch it and come back.
It came out at the beginning of this month.
Overall, my problem with Steven Universe, the movie, is actually very straightforward and simple. They're right back where they started. Literally nothing changed. What was the point of the movie? They wanted to go out with one last little hurrah because they're like, oh yeah, no way we're going to get funding for any more because we already wrapped up the story in a way that doesn't allow for expansion.
I mean...
Where do you go from there?
I'm not going to disagree with you.
We're just going to redo everything. It's like, oh, the gems are bad. Oh, gotta convert them to good with my power of friendship speech.
You know, I will say I've actually... kind of disappointed in this because I really wanted to see the dynamics between the diamonds and the rest of everybody else and how they've changed this corrupt system. What I actually wanted to see it, but they just it's like, oh, I saved the galaxy, it's over, we're gonna move on with a whole new villain and give no shits to the diamonds.
But Roxstar, don't you know they fixed all issues between vendors and non-vendors? I'm sorry, gems and not gems.
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, it kind of feels like glossing that over, too. So...
In the meantime, the whole purpose of the film, I've decided, is to establish that Pink Diamond / Rose Quartz / whatever is a huge bitch.
I... honestly cannot believe that they let that in there because that is okay, you've made this character, not that great and we're supposed to understand her for her flaws. How am I supposed to understand her for abandoning someone there for just 5,000 years? Oh, it was just fine. And even the diamonds are
no, that was the best part.
5,000 years.
That was actually my favorite part. The whole point was you got to the end and she was like, oh, actually, yeah. The diamonds make a good point. It actually wasn't that big of a deal. Freaking lapis lazuli sat inside a mirror looking out at the world for a couple thousand years. Meanwhile, everyone else has bubbled for a few millennia and they're fine.
Well, they don't feel the time going past them.
Clearly, neither does Spinel. I will give them this, though. The one thing that I did enjoy about Spinel is also one of the reasons why I hated the movie, is because I kind of liked her design. It's very, very... what's the word? Cuphead.
Cuphead, yeah. It was very interesting how they designed her.
Very 1920s Felix the Cat.
And then they revert her back for most of the movie to this not Cuphead.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing. She still has that happy-go-lucky look, which is fine. Like, that concept was fine. It's just that I feel like something like that should have been introduced a lot sooner in the canon, because suddenly they're bringing out all these new things. It's like the scythe that makes you forget. Oh, okay, so you didn't use that
On Pink Diamond?
before on anybody?
Oh, ooh, what did you think about Steg? You have no idea what I'm talking about,
He's Mr. Multiverse.
He's Mr. Multiverse. Steg! This is the whole thing that the creators don't seem to like. What is fusion? Oh, it's totally sex. When it's not. And it's totally
It's a true
love
story.
when it's not.
Steven Universe the movie, Boku no Pico. Boku no Stag. I need a poster. Streak, make me a poster for this video. I want to that's the thumbnail. Boku no Stag.
Boku no Stag. Don't get me wrong, I actually really do love this dynamic of Stag, and I get that fusion isn't always supposed to mean.
You're right, it's just stupid.
Get it, I know, I'm taking it too far. It's just, there are times where I can't. Because, like, Peridot won't ever fuse with anybody, and that's supposed to be, like, your asexual character.
It's too lewd!
But
woe is me!
How do you feel about reliving all of everybody's stories all over again?
How do you feel about reliving, oh no, we're super powerful, except when someone new shows up, then we suck at fighting. But don't worry, because of Memory Gambit, we'll just immediately be able to triumph once again. Doesn't make any sense at all.
No. Welcome to the better lighting part of the video. The songs, I think, were fine. I was expecting more variety, considering...
I like Spinel's songs, alright. It's like...
Yeah, but I feel like they had Chance the Rapper. I didn't even hear one rap song.
Chance the Rapper was in that?
Yes.
Oh.
And they had him, like, actually making part of the music, too. And there was, like, not one rap song. I was expecting them to go out of genre, out of style for a little bit.
A little bit of hip-hop.
A little bit of something, because they had a whole bunch of people, and they were, like, hyping up this soundtrack. And while I still think the songs are really good, and I enjoy most of them, was really confused why Chance the Rapper was there and he didn't do a rap song. Maybe it would have felt too 80s or 90s to do, this is Steven Universe and this is my song. I'm rapping here, dog.
Please don't ever do that again.
You mean my white girl rapping? That I'm not white? Oh, my faux white girl rapping. Is that appropriation? Do the math.
I just feel like it's a whole bunch of wasted opportunity. Like, this feels like something that should have happened, I don't know, before the whole major arc even concluded. Like, I get that they're playing up the angle of, oh yeah, the villain who was just off somewhere else and then comes back because of the success of the other person. I mean, that only took 2 years for some reason.
Honestly, I think I enjoyed your idea better where it would have been an actual third villain or why couldn't it have been an alien species that was pissed off that the diamonds took over their world because they still exist somewhere and they had no home world anymore? Or
hell, even Spinel leading some kind of faction because they already had a faction issue in the Gem War. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Like, if you don't want to make up a third species, fine. They'd probably be stupid anyway because it's Rebecca Sugar. But, you know, give us something. There's so many things that you could do. It just feels like nobody learned anything. It's a very contained story. It almost feels like you don't even need all of Steven Universe to watch this. Yeah, and I mean, I think that's the problem. It's like, it's okay. Like, it's fine. It just doesn't feel very satisfactory after they wrapped up basically everything that they could ever do with the story. Because, you know, forget about the cluster. Who cares? You know, I'm actually concerned when I've heard a lot of fans going, oh, there's so much you can do with Season 6 based off for this movie. And I'm like, well, where? She came, she played, she left. And she has a happy home with the diamonds. Now the diamonds don't have to pester Steven. Everyone's happy. The story is ended. I don't see
how you can continue a season 6 from here.
Oh, we'll just find some more discontent gems for Steven to just sing into happiness.
That does seem to be the norm, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Don't worry. The next batch, he can gay it up, just like his mom.
Oh, don't you mean thought it up, just like his mom? Oh! Okay.
Well, I mean, he is now Stegosaurus. Oh, that's good! Boku no Stegosaurus.
It was okay.
It was like Felix the Cat, the movie.
I mean, I'm kind of glad I didn't stay up waiting for it during the first night it aired.
Yeah.
But...
Actually, I should apologize for that comment. I don't think that it's Felix the Cat, the movie.
That's mean.
That's a different level. It just came to mind because Spinell's kind of Felix the Catty.
It's just okay.
It's just okay. It's like a Tinkerbell movie. They're fine. I don't like them that much, but they're fine.
I would say it's more like a My Little Pony movie where they don't really gain anything at the end of the movie.
See, now you're being mean. I didn't see anyone with dead eyes and no soul.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about My Little Pony, the movie that went to theaters. I'm talking about, like, Rainbow Rocks or something.
Oh.
Yeah, in fact...
Battle of the Bands is very important for friendship.
In fact...
Was that Rainbow Rocks?
Yeah, that's Rainbow Rocks.
Yeah.
So, I'm talking more like Rainbow Rocks, the stuff that never went to theaters, the Equestria Girls series. I think it's more like that, where it's like, oh, this is kind of cute. Now, I saw there was a reviewer who was talking about the hidden meaning that Rebecca Sugar put into it, and I think this was actually confirmed
What hidden meaning?
This was actually confirmed by one of the creators, was that the movie was supposed to represent the young viewers of Steven Universe who felt...
Having their testicles drop?
Who felt betrayed because the show got more and more adult content and it felt like it left them behind, and that's who Spinell is supposed to represent, which I feel like, cool, that's a really cool concept that you added, but you also it also felt like you were talking down to them. So if that was your point, cool.
I guess you have to work on your bitterness for growing up. Rebecca Sugar's telling you you're all going to die one day. That's the story of Steven Universe the movie.
You went too far, but okay, yeah, sure.
I took it to its logical endpoint. That's what I see. Okay, that's your subtext. There's your subtext. Everybody's gonna die. Always look on the bright side of life. And then Steven's just clapping along the whole way. Except you, Spinell, you can just spend an eternity alone.
I don't know. I feel like it was talking down to them if that was your message, because you made Spinell a little too childlike with too much wonder when you made her forget who she was, and then really bitter and really adult-like. So I don't know how they were supposed to put themselves in Spinell's shoes when you switch her that quickly from adult to child.
You know, it's really stupid when Transformers has a more consistent tech lore than Steven Universe. You know, you have so many decades to build off of. You have Adventure Time to build off of.
I'm still trying to figure out how that injector ended up, injecting with poison.
Who knows? It doesn't matter. Don't you know? No, it doesn't matter. Because friendship. It doesn't matter. Because love.
But why could she control it with her horns?
That's a good question, Rocio. But you know what? Friendship. The good ship friendship.
No. Well, my favorite part is, will kissing the earth work? Yes, it does. Okay, he's just gonna kiss every patch of land that was destroyed by poison.
I also feel there was a very problematic story element where they were rediscovering people's memories to kind of click them back to who they were.
I mean...
Because, of course, all of our experiences have nothing to do with who we are. We are just that way. I was just like rolling my eyes when they were getting back Ruby and Sapphire. I was like, oh, come on.
Although I thought it was cute how they were flirting even though they didn't remember each other.
Yeah, I know. Which is why I'm like, so what exactly did this thing accomplish? Like, what? I don't understand. I don't understand. You can tell whatever story you want as long as it's consistent, but...
You know, I'm convinced that Spinell never even lost her memory. I'm convinced that it was actually,
a clever ploy.
No, like, I'm convinced that thing actually doesn't make people lose their memories because Spinell was hit with it, and then he's like, no, you stay here with them. No, I'm coming with you. And then she talks about how she remembered watching all of them go through, like, oh, I finally found out how everybody became to be.
So, what would you propose the scythe actually does?
I have no clue.
We have no idea because it got destroyed before the diamond showed up.
Well, not only that, but I think I'm saying I don't know because it really doesn't matter. It was plot convenience, just like every other piece of tech and diamond lore in this show. Because what happened now that they freed all the gems and stuff? What about the gems who were trapped in items? Did they get released?
No.
We don't know because they glossed over everything by just going, it's 5 years in the future. If you wanted to know how we got rid of the oppressive government, fuck you.
It's like George of the Jungle 2. Just don't ask questions.
To be fair, I love the narrator at the beginning of that. Oh, this doesn't look like the old George? Well, we didn't have money to bring back Brandon Fraser, so...
Deal with it.
And that's just lucky, I guess.
And that's what it feels like. Like Rebecca Sugar is just saying deal with it the whole freaking time. So why the hell would we bother enjoying the movie more than for, oh, it's a little bit more Steven Universe. You know what it reminds me of? Oh gosh, what was another series that put out like a movie and it was just like, oh, okay. Like, there's nothing new or exciting here, but thanks, I guess.
Every anime ever?
Independence Day 2. Alright. I can't think of anything else to say about this movie. If you're a completionist, great. If not, you're not missing anything. I'll be honest with you. I'm not even sure if there's going to be more Steven Universe in terms of series at this point. If they are, guess what? We probably won't even see Spinell again because she's freaking doing things with the diamonds, keeping them entertained like a little nubile slave.
Is that all they do now? Is sit around and be entertained?
I guess so. But they're clearly not running the government.
Like, there's no civilization now.
I don't even know what... They didn't even... You notice they didn't even bring their pearls? Who's running the damn country?
Nobody.
Empire. Whatever.
Nobody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really is. It really is like the Roman Empire because you got that fall, and then you still have emperors, but you have just these random bureaucrats running around doing nothing because everyone's busy in the palace in their orgies.
We should just totally stab Caesar.
All right, I'm done. So, watch it or don't. That's my opinion.
I mean, it was just okay. So you might find entertainment in here somewhere. It is kind of cute and does have good music, but be aware there's a lot of flaws.
And should I do another episode of You're Wrong, You Should Feel Bad on it? I'm not even sure if it's worth my time. That's all we got today. Have a good one.
Bye-bye!